morning, Sima and friend. How are you today? We hopefully all is well.
Here we will explain the results of our study about legal education in Indonesia.
What's the meaning of legal education and how it applies in Indonesia? Check out this video, guys.
Definition of education. Education is an important aspect in supporting the progress and development of a country. A good education will produce a good generation as well, which is in accordance with the character of the nation without leaving global progress and development. Contained in the National Education System Law Number 20 of 2003, which education aims to develop the potential of students so that they become who live and obey God Almighty, have a noble character, are healthy, knowledgeable, capable, creative, independent, and become democratic and responsible citizens. Education is a medium to educate the nation's life, bring this nation to the era of enlightenment. Education aims to build a national order rooted in the values of intelligence, sensitive, and concrete for the life of the nation and state. Thus, education plays an important role in growing and maintaining national values. The life of a nation is closely related to the level of education. Education is not only about preserving culture and passing it on from generation to generation, but is also expected to change and develop knowledge. The people believe in overcoming poverty. The main goal is by increasing the number of people who are well educated and educate. In other words, education is seen as a path to prosperity.
Definition of law. Law is a rule in the form of norm and sanction made with the aim of regulating human behavior, maintaining order, justice, and preventing chaos. The law has a duty to ensure that there is legal certainty in choices. Therefore, every public has the right to obtain a defense before the law. Law can be interpreted as a written or unwritten rule or provision to regulate public life and provide sanction for people who break the law. The formulation of the legal meaning at least contains the following elements. First, the law regulates human behavior or action in society. Rules contain order and prohibition for doing something or not doing something. This is intended to regulate human behavior so that it does not come into contact with and harm the public interest. Legal regulations are established by the agency or agency authorities for it. Legal regulations are not made by everyone but by institutions or bodies that do have the authority to establish binding rules for the wider community. Enforcement of the rule of law is coercive. Legal regulations are meant not to be broken but to be obeyed. In order to enforce it, it also regulates the authorities' apparatus to supervise and enforce it even with repressive action. However, there are also legal norms that are optional or complementary. The law has sanctions and every violation or act against the law will be subject to strict sanctions. Sanctions are also regulated in the law.
The next is concept of legal education. Legal education differs from Article 1, Paragraph 3 of the 1945 Constitution, which reads Indonesia is rule of law country. This is felt that legal education is very necessary to be implemented into life on society, nation, and state. Legal education is activities to increase public legal awareness in the form of delivery and explanation of legal regulation to the public in a non-formal atmosphere so that Every member of the community knows and understands what their right and obligation and authorized so as to create legal attitudes and behaviors, knowing, understanding, living at the same time up with law. The concept of legal education referred to here is a conscious process, both formal, non-formal, and informal, in order to maintain, improve, and increase the quality of a person's law in a planned and directed manner, which will be described philosophically and practically. Philosophical concept of legal education. The concept of legal education here is legal education based on Pancasila values, where the values of Pancasila inspire the implementation of legal education and become the main goal of legal education as an effort to regulate public order. It is hoped that through legal education based on the Pancasila values, the Indonesian people can live in harmony, peace, and prosperity. The Pancasila values are: the first is divine value, second human value, third value of unity, fourth populist value, and fifth value of justice. The value of legal education based on divine value implies that there are recognized and belief of the Indonesian people in the existence of God as a creator of the universe. The concept of legal education based on human values, which implies awareness of attitudes and behaviors that are in accordance with moral values and living together based on the demand of conscience by treating humans properly based on their dignity as a good creators with the same right and basic obligation. Legal education based on the value of unity implies effort toward unity in the unanimity of the people to foster a sense of nationalism within the unity of the Republic of Indonesia. Unity of Indonesia at the same time recognize and respect the diversity of Indonesian people. Legal education based on populist value implies a government of the people, by the people, and for the people by means of deliberation and consensus through representative institution. Legal education based on the value of social justice, which implies the basis and goal of the Indonesian nation to create a just, prosperous,